Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Hey Bandidos, I couldn't be more serious when I say this is likely the most important build for the Division 2. This is why. Sorry, didn't know you were standing there. Sorry. Hit like if unique and effective builds are for you, and comment body shots down below to support the channel. Today, I bring you what I believe is one of the most important builds in the Division 2. Thanks to Season 11, we now have the ability to clear content faster than ever. With simple mechanics making things easy, 2 consecutive headshot kills start an unstoppable one-shot chain killing effect that do not require headshots. You heard me. Every kill forward can be a body shot. You've heard me say in the past that Chainkiller builds and their one-shot kill capability has the fastest time to kill in the game. Obviously, right? But guess what? The time to kill just got even faster. Before, acquiring the target took more time because we had to hit their beady little heads. Now we have a much larger target, not requiring any sort of accuracy. This isn't just easier and faster, but with the time to kill like this, it greatly improves your survivability. You can now drop your shield and run lawlessly to clear control points faster than ever. And today, I bring you 2 builds with all the survivability and power you need to do this. And for you players who believe you have potato aim, and console players with these Chainkiller builds, you are plagued no more. The 2 builds I have for you today are differentiated by their backpacks mostly. One is with the all-new Ninja Bike exotic backpack, and the other is with the godly Memento. They are both great, so I wanted you to be able to see both and pick which you prefer. I will cover the pros and cons of each. I just put out this Ninja Bike exotic backpack build for assault rifles. It's a great place to start with the new exotic because it showcases how it can be used to power up a build to deliver all of what the Division 2 has to offer: damage, survivability, and skill power. First, I will cover the builds, then explain the mechanics. The mechanics are simple, but the order of things are important. Here is build 1. Like I said before, build 1 and 2 are distinguished by their backpacks. This one is built on the Ninja Bike backpack and a 4-piece Hunter's Fury. But before we get into the gear set details, let's go ahead and cover what is going to be our primary weapon. I am using the D50, and what makes this one special is that it has the all-new determined talent that has been given to us as part of Season 11. And who would have thought that this is probably the best thing that came with Season 11, maybe next to that Ninja Bike backpack. But look, after killing the enemy with a headshot, the next landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. Now, you should know there is a named version that they gave us called the Prophet, which is pretty cool. So perfectly determined. After killing an enemy with a headshot, the next shot landed on the enemy will be a guaranteed critical headshot. So you can get a little bit higher with that one. The difference is the base weapon damage. So as you can see, we got 80,000 more with the D50, and that was enough to make a difference on this build. Go to try the Prophet if you want, but the D50 gets us to where we need to be so we can have more flexibility on our build, to have the survivability to run around shieldless and have tons more armor. So there's not many mods on this thing, but I went ahead and put accuracy and stability, and then I have damage to targets out of cover. So again, 480,000 total damage, RPM of 150, and a mag size of 8. It's gonna be very easy to use because you can hit chest shots, leg shots, foot shots, head shots, hand shots, back shots, whatever you want. As far as the build goes, it starts with the sharpshooter specialization. This is gonna be critical for the build because what you're looking for is access to that TAC 50. Why do we want the TAC 50? So with the TAC 50 is important because we are running the Chainkiller chest piece, and so that's the third component that makes this really work, okay? So you have the determined talent, the TAC 50, and headhunter. That's a perfect synergy for this build. What it does is allows you to get to where you need to be to get that one-shot chain killing body shot effect going as quickly as possible. So what you're gonna do is get that first shot with the TAC 50, get the next headshot kill with your pistol, and then away you go. Okay, let's look at the all-new Ninja Bike exotic backpack. So this has 3 core attributes. It's got headshot damage, and the talent is resourceful. Slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set's bonus. Can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously, so we're definitely using that. So I decided to really fit in the Ninja Bike backpack because the benefit of the Ninja Bike backpack is the diversity or possibilities for the build. You can tailor the build more to what you need. Now, for the other one that uses the Memento, you don't have that possibility. You're more limited because you require 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury instead of 3. So that's one of the differences. So we're using the Hunter's Fury gear set. It's all the survivability and power we need to chain kill with body shots. So 2 pieces gives us shotgun and SMG damage, and we don't care. Those third pieces we do care about. We care about the 3 pieces, which is giving us 20% armor on kill. There's part of our survivability. And because we're running the Ninja Bike backpack, it unlocks the Apex Predator. So standing within 15 meters, which we're always doing, especially with the pistol, is gonna give us 20% amp damage for just standing there. And that's gonna be pretty important to consistently chain kill. So try to utilize that all the time. And then killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates other enemies within 5 meters. Another survivability attribute, because when they're disorientated, they're not shooting at you and they're not running away, so they're standing still, making your targets like fish in a barrel. And when you get a kill, when you stack those kills, you're gonna get amplified damage, more amplified damage, 5% per kill, stacking 5 times, which is great. So I have weapon damage, headshot damage on this mask, and then the gloves are weapon damage and headshot damage, as you guessed it, and then more of the same for the knees. And that's all I have here. If you're looking to be part of a strong, positive community, then I have you covered. Join Tux's Discord. We're not elitists, and we're so much more than just clans and raids. Tux's Discord continues to grow as the central hub for the player base that loves this game and wants to see it thrive. And if you love builds, this is the spot. Also, join Tux's Players Club to support the channel, the cause, while getting access to member perks and extra content like gaming music playlists. Click the join button below. And then on this build, I decided to go with the Picaro's holster because I wanted that weapon damage as well as the armor core. We're using both of those. And like I said in my other video, when pairing the Picaro's holster with the Ninja Bike backpack, turns the holster into a Ninja Bike holster. I mean, it's very similar. We got the 3 core thing going here, right? So skill haste, we absolutely need. And that's because we're utilizing the riot foam. We'll get into that in a second. Then we got a skill tier, and I want that skill tier to make a stronger shield in case we really get backed into a corner, which very, very rarely happens. And that skill tier will kick in for the riot foam, giving us another canister and longer duration. And then I decided to go with the Bellstone Armory chest piece, and that's because we didn't really need any more power, but otherwise the Douglas and Harding chest piece is good. The perfect Chainkiller chest piece, the Walker and Harris, is a good one to go with, obviously. So you have lots of options here, but I wanted to showcase more armor on kill. So now we have 30% armor on kill and 1% armor regen. But right now that 1% armor regen might be bugged, but I'm not worried about it. I was mostly after that armor on kill. So altogether, 30% armor on kill. That allows us to drop our shield and not rely on bonus armor. It's okay for us to take a little bit of damage because we're chain killing and we're going really fast on that chain killing effect. So we're getting that armor back very quickly. And then when you do need your shield, you got this unstoppable beast, right? So look at this thing, base at 11.6. That's because we have 5 skill tiers. So 11.6 million health on this shield with great regeneration. This thing is pretty unstoppable. I mean, it's gonna take a lot to break that shield. Again, we're at 1.3 million armor. Really, I just don't have all my pieces optimized here. It's like that's a little bit short and that's a little bit short, but if I had those both optimized, we'd be at 1.3. So it says 1.2 million armor, but we're actually with the 3 cores at 1.3. Just keep that in mind. Really good shield. Use this, especially in front of bosses. That's mostly where you're gonna use this shield, or big crowds for a second, or just to take your time to acquire your first headshot kill. Anyways, you can run around with this the full time if you really wanted to, but you're killing so easily, you really don't need to rely on this full time, you know, just maybe to get started. And then the riot foam, we got 4 canisters. This is really important, especially for you that don't believe you're great at headshots. So the riot foam just kind of stops a lot of headaches. It allows you to chain kill faster on bigger groups, as well as spawn kill easier because it keeps them from running away. You know, when that door opens and he just goes sprinting out like a bat out of hell. Okay, this is gonna hold them back so you can just kill them real quickly. Otherwise, we're using this to start the mechanics. So basically I riot foam them, hit him with the TAC 50, riot foam the next guy, hit him with my D50, and away we go. So stats wise, we have 200% headshot damage. That's all that really matters. We need over 150% headshot damage to get the most out of the headhunter chest piece. And then for the TAC 50, we have 300% headshot damage. That's about as good as it can get. So let me show you just a real quick little clip of gameplay here. It's really important that you see how this build performs, and then we'll jump right into build 2, but check this one out. Okay, it's really important you get the mechanics correct, right? It's just a simple order and really easy to master, as a matter of fact. And the way I've configured this build, you don't have to be a headshot king to do this. I'm gonna make it look really easy, but to tell you the truth, it is really easy because of how I configured this build. Okay, first, the riot foam. So once you have TAC 50 ammo, what you're gonna wanna do is stick the enemy to the ground and make sure you're within 15 meters so you get the most damage out of your build possible. Then get that headshot kill with the TAC 50. Next, use your riot foam on the next enemy you come up against. It doesn't matter if he's an elite or a non-elite or a veteran. Stick him to the floor with the riot foam and then get the headshot kill with your pistol. It's important that it's a headshot kill here, okay? So you need 2 headshot kills in a row. From that point forward, everybody will be a body shot kill, and the bosses are an exception. There is another exception too. The one other guy that I have a hard time doing, and there will be other enemies that will be exceptions, but in this one, the heavy gunner with that big old helmet and the amount of armor he's carrying around, I'm not able to one-shot him. And even with my other sniper builds, I'm usually not able to one-shot him either. So that's pretty consistent with even a sniper build. Even a really strong sniper build can't penetrate that helmet. So I'm sure there's other exceptions with other factions, but for the most part, 99% of the enemies you're gonna encounter, you're gonna be able to one-shot in the body. You should know there's an unintended benefit from this build as well. So on my HUD down below, you see my ammo count, right? Next to that is a vertical orange meter. This represents your progress to earning TAC 50 signature weapon ammo. With the sharpshooter specialization, killing enemies with headshots adds 2 to that ammo bar. With the talent determined, even though we are landing body shots, they are considered headshots. And since we are chain killing so fast, we are earning TAC 50 ammo faster, almost at the pace the gear set Tip the Spear does. Of course, you start with no specialization ammo when you begin your runs, but after that, you shouldn't have any issues earning more TAC 50 on pace of what you need. Okay, here's build 2, and as you can see, the basis of this build is basically the same. So we got the Hunter's Fury, we got the specialization, still being sharpshooter, we still got the D50 with determined, and we're still running headshot damage on everything. So there's the mask, and there's the gloves, and then I've added armor down here. So we got armor and headshot damage, and then we got armor and headshot damage on the holster as well. So it says 1.3 million and the other one said 1.2, but that's just because this one's more optimized. My gear pieces are better basically, but they both have 1.3 million. Just keep that in mind. So on this one, I decided to go with the Chainkiller chest piece because we didn't need additional survivability like we needed on the other one. And that's really because of the backpack differentiator. But this one, I decided to go with Chainkiller, which is gonna actually give us a little bit more power because we're gonna have that 5% weapon damage, where the other one we were running Bellstone for another 10% armor on kill. So weapon handling, headshot damage, and then perfect headhunter, which really isn't critical for the way we're running this. So they both have that cap at 1,250% damage. Really just allows you to just kind of get there faster, but we're getting there with one shot anyways. So it doesn't really matter whether you're running perfect Chainkiller or not. So if you want to run something different there, you can still go D&H here and be okay. So the skills are basically the same. As you can see, our health on that shield is a little bit less on this because we no longer have the Picaro's holster, but it's still going to do really good because we're going to have 30% skill efficiency off of that backpack, and plus 9.8, which is basically 10 million, is good enough. You don't have to worry about that. We have 3 ammo instead of 4 now, again, because we don't have that Picaro's holster, but we're gonna have 30% skill efficiency, so 3 is perfect because the skill efficiency means we're gonna have faster cooldowns. So the last build had 30% armor on kill. This one's got 20% armor on kill, and we don't need more armor on kill because we're gonna get bonus armor on kill. And because we have 3 blue cores, that's 10% bonus armor per kill per blue core. So that's 30% bonus bonus armor. So if you just think about that on top of the 20% armor on kill, effectively, we're getting 50% armor on kill. Now, the bonus armor on kill only lasts for 10 seconds, but we're chain killing crazy, like crazy. So it's like 50, 150, 50, 100, 150, like really easy, right? Now, when you're at full armor, obviously you're not going to get more of that. So it's more like, you know, if you're at 100% armor, it's going to be like 30, 60, 90% bonus armor and so on and so forth. We're also getting power-ups too. So we're going to get 30% weapon damage from the backpack and then 5% more weapon damage for every red core we have. And we have 4 of those, so that's 20% more damage on kill when we're carrying that trophy for 10 seconds. And when you stack that too, so that's obviously really good. I mean, you're getting a lot more power out of this and great bonus armor out of this. But the reason why the Ninja Bike backpack still made it as a great build is because we didn't need that additional power up. We're one-shot killing everybody in the body, and the added damage the Memento is giving you isn't really adding any additional benefit. We're still one-shot killing everybody. Now, there is a limitation to this build, and that is basically named bosses. I haven't been able to yet one-shot kill named bosses with this configuration, but again, I'm not really worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all, as a matter of fact, because we don't create builds for just the 2 enemy encounters. We create the builds for the other 48 enemies we encounter at those control points. Those are more important, because once you clear out the 48 enemies, you're not really worried about the 2 bosses. They're pretty easy when they're isolated like that. The Memento is just another way to go, but as you can see, you're not as flexible with your build. If you go with the Ninja Bike backpack, you can add more handling if you feel like you need it. You can add even more armor on kill if you feel like you needed it. So there's just more flexibility with that build, and it has the same level of survivability. Now, I do love bonus armor, so I really like that about the Memento build, and that's really what shines about this one. It's the bonus armor and the skill efficiency. The skill efficiency is actually pretty nice because it allows that riot foam to come back even faster. So although the other one has a Picaro's holster for an extra canister of riot foam, it regenerates slower because it has a slower cooldown over there. Over here, we get our cans back faster, which I think is more important. The mechanics on this build are exactly the same. And so I had the same survivability on this one as I did the other one. Now, I do recommend you don't reach for enemies that are really far away with the pistol. You can pull it off, but once you get that diminished damage because they're out of range or you're outside of your apex predator, there's just a chance that you might not kill them all the way, and there might be just a sliver of health on their body. So for the most part, just try to stay inside like 20 meters, or especially when you see that little Hunter's Fury icon over the head, that means they're pretty safe to body shot kill. And don't worry about playing in close. Again, all you got to do is shoot them in the chest, and you can kill 3 or 4 enemies in like maybe 2 seconds. Like 3 or 4 enemies, it's like wham, 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 wham. So don't abuse the riot foam. Use it when you need it, but don't abuse it. You know, if you see a big group of enemies coming out the door, obviously riot foam them. If you see a boss or an annoying enemy or a big group that's trying to flank you, riot foam them. But try to save your riot foam for your TAC 50 when you need it, and try to save your TAC 50 ammo for when you need it to charge up your determined talent. And so really save the bosses for last. That's what I did. That's going to decrease your dependency on the TAC 50. So just totally save the boss for last. Clear everybody out, and then just put 3, 4, 5, 8 shots into the boss, whatever you need to finish him down. It just sort of depends on the boss. Some of the bosses I can one-shot kill, those weaker bosses, like a sniper boss or somebody like that. But the tankier bosses, most of them have like, you know, 19, 20 million. So they're going to require multiple shots to kill them. This is an all-new Ninja Bike exotic backpack build utilizing the Heartbreaker gear set. Check it out next.
Follow me.